Okay, we're going to try this again. Oh my God. I got too carried away in the last one. Don't let me get off track. We're going to talk about this movie once and for damn all. Oh. So I needed that laugh, though. Wasn't that? I saw you laughing too. That got me going. we needed that too. Okay, so this movie's called Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. Now this was a made-for-TV movie way back when I was 10-year-old. Is 1973. That's right. I'm 2 months away from being damn 63. Yeah, 63. How in the heck have I not croaked yet? I think when I was younger, the smart money was on. Somebody was going to croak me for me. No, croak me. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So here we are. We're talking about this movie. What happened was I went over there. My aunt and uncle. My uncle was working at the plant down there in Copperhill, Tennessee, and I went to stay with them for a little while. For first half of a school year, and guess what happened then? So in the house, the TV. I was sitting in the chair right next to the sofa. And right next to me is this bit, the whole wall was this damn brick fireplace, boy. So I'm in there, and my uncle was bowling. He bowled it with a team down there. And my aunt was in that other room trying to get the little baby to go sleep, my cousin. And so I'm sitting there, and the TV come on, or the TV's on, and this movie come on. And I was like, oh, this is a scary movie. I can tell by the music's going on. So I get the TV guy, and I look, oh, yeah, it's a scary movie. And I was not prepared. As a damn 10-year-old damn kid, I was not prepared. Because it was scary as heck, man. Yeah. It was scary, boy. And I kept thinking, I wish my uncle was here. Because if he'd have been there, and I said, hey, there's a scary movie on, but I want to watch it, but I'd really appreciate it if somebody was in there. He'd have come in there. He'd have sat down. He'd have made us some damn snacks. And he'd have come right in there. He'd have sat right in there with me. But he wasn't there. And she was in there trying to sing that baby sleep. So this movie come on. And I'm going to tell you, it's got people that has got in it. Got that girl named Kim Darby. She's an actress. She's in a bunch of stuff. She was in this. But she was also in that. She was in a movie with John Wayne. You remember that movie, True Grit? And a lot of y'all probably thinking about that Jeff Bridges one from, whatever it was, 10 years ago, whatever. I don't know. You probably thinking of that one, but ain't that one. It's the original from 19, whatever the hell it was. I don't know, but she was in that. She played that girl that was out there going, I'm going after the damn man. Anyway, she's in that movie. I almost did. I caught myself. Edit that out. Here I go. That's why that's funny. Anyway, it had that Kim Darby in there. So she's in the original True Grit with John Wayne. Next, you got that Jim Hutton guy. He was in a crap ton of stuff through the 70s. But one show he was the lead guy on was this detective. He was supposed to be like Sherlock Holmes, but they couldn't use the name Sherlock Holmes, so they had to make up another name. He played this detective named Ellery Queen. I dare say, I think it was that guy with that thing over there. That's who did it. Anyhow, so he was in that. And then next they had that, remember that show, My Three Sons? About that guy. But they had that guy that lived with him. and took care of everything, did all the laundry and ran everybody to their meetings and get all the cooking and everything. And his name was Uncle Charlie. And he'd always be hollering because the 3 kids live there. And so the dad would be trying to rush off work, and that Uncle Charlie would be like, Steve, these kids are driving me crazy. Every day, every time. So he was in some other stuff too. I remember seeing him and stuff, but he's in this. He's like, he's from that my 3 sons. But next it had that Felix Silla guy. Yeah, he plays one of them little creatures in this movie. But he played, he was an Ewok. He was a little damn Star Wars guy. He was one of them hang gliding Ewoks. Remember them hang gliding Ewoks come swooping in, dropping stuff, pow, knock them in the head. He was one of them guys. Yeah, hang gliding Ewok. But then he was, it's one of his early shows because he's real young. He's on that black and white TV show called The Addams Family, the original TV show of it, not the movies. It was like in the 90s or whenever it was. But yeah, he was Cousin It with all the hair on him. Ran around going like that, talking like that. I don't understand that. I might have just said something really bad in that language. I don't know. So, but he also, guess what else he was on? He played, remember that show called Buck Rogers in the 25th century? Had Gil Gerard in there. And that Wilma Deering. Yeah, her name's Erin Gray. I would love to meet her and tell her. I thought, I just came, she's one of the most beautiful women in the world ever. History of pictures, anyhow. So, yeah, so that guy was in that tweet. And he was in Spaceballs. Remember them little Jawa guys? But they was called Dinks. Remember that? And they'd sing that song, Dink, Dink. Ding, 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 that kind of thing. He dinked, everything was dink, dink. He'd do that guy. He was in that, the Batman Returns. He was an Emperor Penguin. He's in that, remember that skit movie called the Kentucky Fried Movie? Had all them little skits and fake commercials and crap. He was in that, and he played the Crazed Clown. Yeah, and he's one of the creatures in this. So what happens is man and woman, Sally and Alex, Sally's grandma died and left that house to him like that. Damn, who turned that? So she inherits it. So they move in, and she's looking around going, oh, this is beautiful. I love this. This is great. We're going to be so happy here. And then she go in the basement, and there's a big old fireplace. And the part where the wood and everything, where the fire part would be, it's blocked up. It's been bricked off. So she looking at it, she calls the handyman. That's Uncle Charlie from my 3 sons. He come in there and he goes, nah, ma'am, you don't want to. He talked kind of like that, but that ain't close. But he's like, what do you want to knock that down for? You leave that. It's safety, blah, 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 whatever the hell, blah, blah, blah. So he says, yeah, that's unbreakable. You can't break in there. So he leaves. So she walks him out and says, okay, I'll leave it alone. And when he leaves, she goes back in there and gets tools and starts busting down that. I'll show him. I'm going to get it done. But she give up. She can't. But on the little side over there, there's a little door. There's a little door. And she goes over there and she moves that thing. She opens it and looks in there. Yeah. And then, so from there on, I can't tell you much because I'll be giving away a big old bunch of it, and I don't want to do that to you for you. But anyhow, let's just say she opens that, and then all of a sudden, for next few days, she starts hearing little voices, and way down the hall, they'd be whispering her name, Sally. And then the next day or two, it starts saying, we want you. And so she thinks, oh, am I going crazy? Is that really happening? So she's telling people, this is what's going on. I'm hearing things. And everybody's like, uh-oh. We may have to go get her some help. That's going to be very inconvenient. Like that. But, yeah, they doing all that. Baby, we want you. And then finally, there's a scene where they finally reveal the monster, the little creature. They finally reveal it. And it's just, it comes so fast because you're looking at something else and then it switched right to that thing. And all of a sudden you just like, like that, what is that? And then it's gone like that. That might be a little bit of a spoiler alert, but you don't know when or where. I probably shouldn't have said that. Forget you read. Edit that out. Forget you heard it. Okay, so there you go. It's creepy. Ace Frehley, I tell you that. So then, yeah. So the ending. I was not expecting it. I don't know. I don't think you'd be expecting it either. But now that I tell you, you won't be expecting this. You'll start trying to think, well, I wonder if it's, well, maybe it's this. You're trying to prove me wrong so you can come back, put in the comments. I figured it out. I knew it was coming. Didn't surprise me. You go ahead. Anyhow, there you go. But I watched that whole movie about the damn fireplace, and there's a big ass fireplace right next to me. And I was watching that. Had my feet up on the seat, my knees was up here, and I was holding like that, and I kept looking over at that fireplace, and then I'd look back at the TV, and then But that fireplace, I only was there for like, I don't know, 3-4 months. But I never liked that damn fireplace after that. So, song, let's get you to a song. Yeah, get you to a song from 1972. It's a remake. They did Atlanta Rhythm section, boy. A bunch of session boys got together and said, you know what? We're so good, let's make our own band. And they did, and they had some hits, boy. And this one was a cover. They did a cover of this song, but damn, they did it right, boy. And he ain't playing. That groove's so smooth. You just slide right across that groove, boy. That's how smooth it is. And the song is called Spooky. Well, love is kind of crazy with a spooky little girl like you. Spooky! Like that. Oh, we gotta go. We're way over budget. Damn it, I said we're gonna cut it back. Did I get that far off on something? We'll talk about it. We're waiting tape. Okay, comment if you want to. Go listen to that song. Come back. Tell us what you think about it. Go watch that movie if you can find it. I've been looking for it. I can't find it nowhere. If you find it somewhere, I must have missed it. I think I looked everywhere I could that I have. All the services I have. But I didn't see it. So if you see it, it's 1973. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark with Kim Darby in it. Yeah. So, Grover's Nipples, everybody. Grover's Nipples, everyone.